statues and all that. And it's amazing. It's truly amazing, the Neptune pool at Hearst Castle. So now, if you are willing to dish out $1,000, and you do it quickly, and you have to be also a member of the Hearst Castle Foundation, you can take a dip in the Neptune pool. This is something cool. They've never really opened it to the public before. It's always been, you can't go in it. But employees and volunteers used to be able to go in the Neptune pool. They just did like once a year. They would do a couple-hour swim. And they got to do this. And now they've decided, hey, might be a great fundraiser that we open up the Neptune pool for limited amounts of swimmers to dip in. Now, an annual membership in the Hearst Castle Foundation is $500. So you start there with your $500, and then as an annual member, a minimum of $1,000 donation, and you can reserve your spot to swim in. The pool is not heated, but I think these days you wouldn't need that. And they are limiting the tickets. They're doing the first one. The first one is coming up on the 19th, so that's coming up this weekend. The first one they're doing, they're limiting that to 50 people. They've got a couple of celebs that they say are going to show up for that one. And then the next one they're doing is on August 26th, and that one also for a $1,000 fundraiser, and that they're limited to just 40 guests. So they're really keeping it limited. It's going to be costly, but to say I swam in the Neptune pool without getting arrested, that could be worth it. It is a good thing. They're doing this all to support STEAM students in middle school. And I was not familiar with STEAM. I knew STEM, but now they've added the A to STEM students, which it's now I have to find it. It's science, technology, engineering, and math. It used to be STEM, but now it's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math for STEAM students. So they're doing this for STEAM students, a fundraiser, a little $1,000 donation, and you can dip your toes. Well, heck with dip your toes. You can go all in. You can go under. You can swim around in the Neptune pool at Hearst Castle. So there's just a little way you can keep cool. It's 8:15. I thank you for being with me, and there's lots more to come. Pat Walsh taking a night off tonight, and I do believe, don't quote me on it, but I do believe he'll be back tomorrow night. This is the Pat Walsh Show at KFBK News Radio. You never miss a birthday. Now there's never a reason to miss KFBK News updates wherever you are.
KFBK, Sacramento News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1630 AM.
On your smart speaker or phone with your free iHeartRadio app.
Or online at kfbk.com.
Struggling with sleep apps? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just a click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
The Subaru Summer Service Event is on at Meta Subaru Sacramento, with the largest Subaru service facility in the Sacramento area. Factory-trained technicians, express service, and the all-new cafe now open inside Meta Subaru. Learn more at metasubaru.com.
2023. Great news! Shingrix Zoster Vaccine Recombinant Adjuvanted is now $0 for almost everyone.
Shingrix is $0 for almost everyone.
Yeah.
What about for people with Medicare Part B?
Yes, Shingrix is now $0 for people with Medicare Part B.
What about privately insured people?
Yes, Shingrix is now $0 for 95% of privately insured people.
Then I'll need to ask my doctor or pharmacist about Shingrix today.
See Shingrix.com for details. Sponsored by GSK.
The Tri-County Home and Garden Show and Tiny House Expo is back, presented by the Hot Tub Superstore. This weekend at the air-conditioned Roebelin Center in Roseville. Meet with licensed kitchen and bath remodelers, landscape and home contractors. Explore tiny homes and speak with the builders. Learn from industry leaders about how to build, live in, and park your tiny home. Plus, the all-new Art of Floral design competition and floral displays. Free garden seminars, including flower societies and plant sales. Sample gourmet food at the Place of Taste and Cocktail Corner. Stop the Pet Center for your furry friends. Check out local artisans
industry for over 40 years. When I recently used the word industry, speaking about our business, my friend Jeff came to me and said, do you know the reality is what you do as a bail bondsman is your profession? Because you see, if you look at the word profession, it includes businesses that have pre-licensing and continuing education classes, which we do. No matter what position you're in when you call Great Padilla Bail Bonds, customer service does matter. At Great Padilla Bail Bonds, we pride ourselves on the fact that we live by our motto, which is committed to providing service with dignity and respect. At Great Padilla Bail Bonds, our agents are surrounded by a management team with over 100 years of combined service and experience, and that does matter. So, if you ever find yourself in need of calling a bail bondsman, you can call Great Padilla Bail Bonds at 446-BOND. That is 446-BOND. Or find us on the web at PadillaBailBonds.com.
New Hill Guard windows for your home for just $84 a month? Southgate Glass can make it happen. And that price includes windows, materials, and labor. Can't believe Mill Guard turns in retrofit windows. Just $84 a month. Great customer service and quality workmanship are why Southgate has been serving Sacramento homeowners since 1961. Don't waste time at the big box stores. Call the experts at Southgate Glass. 916-634-4400 or SouthgateGlass.com. Don't wait, call Southgate.
What's up, California? If you're like me, you work hard for your money, and you want to know how to keep it safe. The best way to do that is by doing your own research. Here are a few ideas to help you get started, right? Avoid spending or investing more than you can afford to lose. Avoid sending money to someone you don't know or haven't met in person. And finally, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Protect your money by doing your research. Get started at efpi.ca.gov/consumer. Brought to you by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. This portion of the Pat Walsh Show is brought to you by Roseville News
KMBK, Sacramento's news radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Michael Orr is this very large kid that they called
an athlete, is very large. Played football and had a gift. Well, one of the gifts was his size, but he also worked hard at football and was very good at it, trained hard. But it's a great story because this kid came from to say broken home is putting it mildly. You know, he had a really rough upbringing and not always a parent or supportive parent around and all this. And then this family, the Tuohys, took in Michael and first put him up on the couch. And you've probably seen the movie, so I don't need to tell you. I don't know if you can go. But they took the kid in and they ended up bringing him in and treating him as family and making him part of their family. And ended up, nurturing him and his football aspirations. And he ended up going to the college that they were alumni of, Ole Miss. And Michael ended up being a major.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
And he ended up even winning a Super Bowl. So, great success kind of for the movie, and they all loved that. Now we get the news. Michael Orr, the former NFL tackle, has filed a petition in a Tennessee probate court accusing Sean and Leanne Tuohy of lying to him by having him sign papers making them his conservators rather than his adoptive parents nearly 2 decades ago. And I don't have the sharpest memory in the world, but if I recall correctly, in the movie they adopted him, they officially adopted him. But he's saying now they didn't officially adopt him, they became his conservators. And the major difference here, where this really comes into play, in the papers that he filed is, and if you'll remember Britney Spears, her father had a conservatorship, so you don't age out of conservatorship. People still have control over, signing things on your behalf, or control of your finances, legal documents, that kind of thing. So the petition that was filed in Shelby County Probate Court in Tennessee, Orr is asking for the conservatorship to be terminated, along with asking for a full accounting of money earned off the use of his name and story. So this is where it's interesting, because in the movie, at least, the Tuohys are portrayed as such kind, giving, and benevolent people, and now he hasn't come out and said they're not. He is not. He just is saying that he didn't know that he was under conservatorship. He thought he was just adopted, and now, now he wants to know where all the money is going. Wants a full accounting of it. So a lawyer for the Tuohys spoke to Associated Press, saying that they're going to file an answer to the allegations in court, but aren't going to comment further and comment publicly. There are 3 attorneys working on behalf of the Tuohys. Leanne Tuohy didn't immediately respond to any request for comments either. Here's the thing, the movie version, if you remember this is Blindside, it actually got nominated. The movie got nominated for an Oscar, and Sandra Bullock actually won the Academy Award for her portrayal of Leanne Tuohy. So Orr says he only learned this February that they remain his conservators, and this is after he was in the NFL for quite some time. He was, he's now 37 years old, and he was in the NFL, I believe it was, 110 games, including the Super Bowl win, so...
That's really sad.
It is sad. It's the kind of thing that you hope, obviously...
If Sandra Bullock finds out,
she's going to be mad.
She is a very nice lady. She will be raising some.
Well, yeah, and this is the kind of thing that you hope that, and movies aren't always actual depiction of real life, but you really hope that it comes out to where this is clerical errors, or they didn't mean any deception, there was no disease. That makes me, I hope there's nothing.
Yeah, but he thought he was adopted, which means he thought, that was like his mom and dad.
Right.
You're trying to tell me that he wasn't?
Well, this is another thing we'll have to keep our eyes on and ears on, isn't it? So, yeah, it is sad. And it's sad, and you bring up something great, Caitlin, because I look at this just from the pro football player stance and that, but we're talking just, this is a human being, just as a kid that didn't get raised by your own parents, and you have to go get raised by somebody else, you hope that yeah, they treated you as their adopted child. You hope that they still consider you that and didn't just kind of pull some over on you for a conservatorship. We'll have to see. So, yeah, I'm hoping I'm the optimist. I'm hoping for the best on this, but it is kind of sad. It is sad. Thank you for pointing that out. And there I go. I promised to make it a Monday night.
No, that was my fault. I did.
Feel like a Friday night. No, I'm bringing up this story, so you got it feeling kind of Monday-esque here. We got it feeling a little Monday-esque. Well, you know what? We're going to make it happy. We're going to make it real happy in a moment because I've got, we're going to go from sports to rock and roll in just a moment. And there's a pretty cool rock and roll story that I have to share with everybody. So we're going to make it nice and perky and happy and Friday-esque. Here, is that a word, Caitlin? Is Friday-esque? Is that an actual word?
It is now.
It is now. If we say it on the radio, then it must be.
It's true.
It must be. It must be in the American lexicon. Look at that. I pulled out like 3 big words tonight. And I grew up in Red Bluff. You get 3 is my max. That's it. I can't say any more big words at all tonight. And thanks for being with me, BC, on KFBK News Radio, sitting in for my man, Pat Walsh, on the Pat Walsh Show.
Knowing that they lost, to basically circumvent the will of the people.
ABC's Pierre Thomas. The indictment's introduction reads, Trump lost the 2020 election and lost in Georgia, but the other defendants and he refused to accept that outcome and knowingly and willfully engaged in a conspiracy to illegally overthrow that outcome. Richard Cantu, ABC.
California's capital city, KFBK News Radio update.
From the KFBK Newsroom, I'm Joe Michaels. Governor Gavin Newsom is making good on his promise to introduce a U.S. constitutional amendment on gun safety. The so-called Right to Safety Amendment would raise the minimum age to buy a gun from 18 to 21, mandate universal background checks and waiting periods for all gun purchases, and ban assault rifles for civilians. Joint Resolution 7 in the California State Senate is the first step to adopting a constitutional amendment. Should it pass, the state would call for an amendatory convention, one method for proposing amendments to the U.S. Constitution. Parents' rights advocates gathering at the state capitol today to speak out against legislative bills they say infringe upon the rights of mom and dad and remove local control. KFBK's Imola reports on the Freedom Angels.
California lawmakers are returning to work, and one of the bills being heard in the Senate today would require school staff to receive LGBTQ-specific training. The Freedom Angels believe the legislation would train schools to hide children's gender identities from the parents. Speaking at the event, slamming the way the state runs its educational system.
Their goal was to break up the family unit and to take control of our children. When we push back, they do unethical things to quiet us, including proposing bills and passing laws to silence us.
Another bill they're opposed to is aimed at preventing book bans in California. The group argues the legislation would remove local school board power when it comes to curriculum and books, regardless of whether it's scientifically accurate or age appropriate. Nika McGillis, KPK, Sacramento News Radio.
Stockton residents are being told to keep an eye out for a mountain lion that's been spotted recently in the backyard of a home near Loma Way in Los Cerritos Drive. While a large feline didn't act aggressively at that time, people in the area are being advised to be vigilant and cautious, especially in the hours before nightfall when the mountain lion can be more active. Efforts to trap the animal over the weekend were unsuccessful. President Joe Biden is scheduled to be in Lake Tahoe later this week. Reno's News 4 KRNV citing week-ahead guidance from the White House that indicates the president will depart Camp David on Friday before heading to the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe. No word on whether the trip is business or personal. Our next update in 30 minutes. I'm Joe Michaels, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Now, Sacramento traffic.
Good evening, 834. I'm Bob Williams. A possible medical problem with a vehicle. Driver passed out. This is going to be West E Street at Marysville Boulevard. CHP is en route to that location to find out just what the situation is going to be. Work tonight popping up on I-5. We'll also see work on the Cap City Freeway with some ramp closures. They haven't given us details on that. 5 southbound Yolo Rest Area off-ramp will be closed. And more work on both 80 and 50 and 80 at Bell Road. And we have just gotten underway with our 5-day-a-week work on eastbound I-80, closing 2 of 3 lanes between Auburn and Colfax. They reopen those at 7. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes morning to afternoons. Bob Williams, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Now, Sacramento weather.
With a few clouds early on this Tuesday morning, lows between 65 and 69. Hot later today with plenty of sunshine, highs between 104 and 108. Clear tonight, low 63 to 67. Tomorrow, sunny and again quite hot, highs between 101 and 105. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Kara Bavinsky on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Next update in less than 30 minutes. Breaking news the second it happens on KFBK News Radio, Sacramento's news, traffic, and weather station.
This portion of the Pat Walsh Show is brought to you by Roseville Numismatics and Coin Shop.
For a long time, how much I trust and appreciate American River Flooring and all of the projects that they have helped me with as I have been remodeling my home. And congratulations to American River Flooring on their 23rd year in business serving the Sacramento area. You know what? They're offering $100 off every $1,000 you spend in August. Flooring, cabinets, painting, save hundreds or more by booking this month. American River Flooring, they have some beautiful styles available, and they're going to help you determine the best choice for your home. Stop by their showroom in Fair Oaks, 8510 Madison Avenue. Touch and feel all the various styles and materials, or you can start by uploading a photo of your room on their website and see how different flooring products will look in your home, and I guarantee you, it's amazing the difference that it makes. And now, don't put it off any longer. Call my trusted partner in the home improvement industry this month. That's American River Flooring. You're going to get $100 off every $1,000 you spend. American River Flooring, 916-961-6100, or just visit them, 8510 Madison Avenue in Fair Oaks. And please, don't forget to tell them Patrick sent you.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password.
For you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all your favorite radio stations.
Rover's Morning Glory. iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Free curated playlists,
Everything to rock.
all of the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing content.
$20,000.
All your favorite superstars.
We are 30 Seconds to Mars. This is Alex from All Time Low.
That's them all. It doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
Updated news that matters to you at the top and bottom of every hour on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
For my buddy Pat on the Pat Walsh Show, KFBK News Radio.